Good morning, everyone. As you see, today I'm back at it. I'm going to get back out there and walk this morning. I'm a little late getting up, but I'm ready to go and I'm excited. I'm drinking my breakfast and we're going to chat a little bit while I walk this morning. So, if you want to enjoy it with me and have this conversation, let's get to it. Well, here we are, Sunday morning, and I'm back at it. So I'm kind of excited to be back at it, guys. Had to make sure I shut that garage door. I'm back at it. I'm excited. I need to get back on my journey. I was doing pretty good up until my mom passed, and I kind of froze everything out. Now, haven't been walking really since, I want to say, September, October. So I don't think I'm going to get the 2 miles in today. That's what I'm saying. But life has really been lifing with me. And let me turn the paint on. And it's been a little difficult. My mom passed on September 27th. And we knew she was going to pass, but, it still hit you kind of hard to lose my mama. The woman I used to call about shows and things. And now my husband's health is failing even more. His kidneys are at stage 5. And he has an artificial knee. His knee buckled and he fell. He hit his head on the car in the garage and cracked the bone right above the artificial knee. So now he needs surgery. But in order to have surgery, his heart has to be strong. Well, the doctor wanted to see if he had blockage because his heart fraction rate is low. Well, they put him in the hospital and they checked his arteries to see if he had the blockage. He had 2 areas, but there was nothing to be concerned about. It wasn't enough to go in and say, let's scrape it, So they had him in recovery. And the doctor came out and told me, what went on, what he found in the surgery and everything. And then another doctor rushes out and they tell me he had a stroke in recovery. It was a mild stroke, but it was enough to limit him from facial movement and for his, the right arm, he couldn't feel it, and the right partial of his right side. So they kept him overnight to watch him. And guys, when I tell you that was the scariest thing for me, oh my goodness. I said to myself, I just lost mama. And her brother died almost 2 months later, her oldest brother, my Uncle Jack. And then 3 days later, a cousin of mine, he was well older than me, but him and his wife were the sweetest people you'd ever meet. He passed, and I could not go and, pay homage to him. So it ended up that they had both of their funerals scheduled on the same day. And I'm like, they're not like they're in the same town. They're scheduled in 2 different places. So I was like, who do I pick? But then they rescheduled them. So I was able to attend both of my family members' services. Now, back to my husband. My husband's heart fraction rate for his age is supposed to be 60 to 65, guys. But his fraction rate is 20 to 25. Now, that next morning when I went to see him at the hospital, he could talk, he had facial expressions. He was able to move his arm and everything. And they let him come home. They sent him home that evening. But now we're waiting on the, good morning. We're waiting on the knee doctor the heart doctor cleared him for surgery so he could have a knee surgery. So, get away, fly. So now we're waiting on the knee doctor to set up the surgery date. Now the thing is, the heart doctor stated that yes, he can have the surgery, but he may not wake up from the surgery. I've been under so much stress dealing with his health, and now the biggest thing is with him, and then I get slapped in the face with other reality. I take my dad to doctor's appointments that he don't like to drive to because of the distance or whatever. And they checked his prostate, told me we're going to send him in for another doctor to check it. The other doctor checked the test and did a biopsy. So when the results come back, my dad has prostate cancer. It's early stages because we always get him checked. So now I took him to get a PET scan. I took him to get a PET scan the other day, but it was last Thursday. And next week I take him to see the doctor for radiation, and I take him to see a cancer specialist next week. Also in the same week, my husband has an appointment with his knee doctor. He has an appointment next week. No, his urologist. Next week, and one with his knee doctor. Now, most likely, they're going to do the knee doctor surgery Thursday. This week. Guys, I'm scared as hell. Excuse me for cursing. But if this man don't wake up, I don't know how I'm going to deal with that. We'll be married 8 years next month. We've been together 10 years. I don't know how I'm going to handle it if he doesn't wake up. So life has really been lifing for me. And then on the good front, I've lost a total of 42 pounds since I started this journey. And I bought me a sweat vest off of Amazon to try to help get rid of this gut, this belly. So I have it on. It's on my arms, and I really want to get, shrink my upper arm some, and this stomach, get it down. And I'm proud of myself on the weight loss, even though life was really lifing with me and giving your sisters a heartaches and stressing her out, where I was going to eating chocolate. When I get stressed, I eat chocolate, and trust me, I've been eating that chocolate because I've really been stressed out. But I just want y'all to know that I just didn't stop. Life was just stomping me in the ground, and I couldn't pull myself up. then that's why God started me doing this walking in the first place. Because he knew what I was finna go through. And he needed me to have something to help pull me out of it. And so, with walking and being able to talk to you guys, it kind of helps pull me out. It's like a therapy. And also, too, I'm out here enjoying what God has made. Now, I know God doesn't take you somewhere unless He's telling to get you out. And I know there's a lesson somewhere in all of this. I don't see it yet, but I know there's a lesson. But here comes a car behind me. Let me cross this street. Ew. His exhaust stinks. He needs to change his rings. He's burning oil. Ew, ew, ew. I'm sorry, I'm my daddy's child. My daddy, whenever he fixed on cars, on our car, he used to ask questions. So I asked what that was. And then too, my dad said he didn't want his daughters to leave home and only know how to cook and clean. We can do a little plumbing, a little electrical work. We can do a little car work. I can listen to my car. Basically can kind of tell you what's wrong with it. Because my dad, you know, the basic thing, like alternator, starter, if it needs a battery, oil, if it's knocking, you know, the basic stuff. Clarence taught us, Reverend Clarence taught my sister and I a couple of things about cars and things, about electrical work, you know. Some things me and him will get there and do. And as I get older, the more like him I realize I am. Oh my goodness. Now when we were younger, you know, my dad's a preacher. And he would wake us up on Sundays. Boy, I feel like sometimes it's the crack of dawn. We would always get to, if he was preaching at somebody's church, we would be there 15, 20 minutes before they got there. Yeah. And then when he got his church, we would be there 15, 20 minutes before the people got there. Yep. I remember his first church. The sign said out front, Sunday school, 9 o'clock. Church starts at 11. I'll never forget that. We got there, of course, at 8:30. And nobody was there but us. You know, my dad, mom, my two brothers, my sister, my grandmother, his mom, and my aunt, his two sisters, and my aunt's children. We were the only ones there. Well, y'all, I made it up to my first goal when I first started walking, so I'm going to turn around and walk back. Tomorrow, I'll go down a little farther. So, we got there at 8:30. My aunt and them pulled up about 8:45, and we were all there for church service. Not one church member, original church member, was there, guys. So, we had Sunday school. And then we sat down a little bit outside and chilled out because the church was out in the country. A lot of beautiful trees, and it was really pretty. The yard and everything of the church. How you get into church was lined with trees. It was just a gorgeous area. If you're a country girl, you understand what I'm saying. And the trees kept it so cool. We could sit outside and the kids could run and play. But it was funny because when the 11 o'clock service started, Daddy went ahead and started church. And I forgot who was there. Daddy went ahead and opened up church service, started having church. When the members started showing up, Daddy had already preached. The choir had already sung, which was my sister, my aunt, my cousins. We did the singing. We had prayer service. Daddy had, he preached his sermon and did offering, and church was over. We were locking the church back up and getting to the cars, and here come the members start pulling up. And they were asking my daddy, where was he going? Daddy said, that sign, good morning. He said, that sign out front says Sunday school, 9 o'clock. Church service started at 11 o'clock. We had Sunday school at 9 and service started at 11. It's going on 12:30, 12:45. Church is over. We going home. Now, while he talking to this deacon, the members were just pulling up. And they were like, where's Reverend Walker and his family going? And he told them, he said, they had already had church. And they on their way home. The next Sunday, when we got there at 8:30, all members pulled up at 8:45 for Sunday school and were there for church service for 11 o'clock. For those who didn't come to Sunday school, they got there at 10:45 for 11 o'clock service. And that next Sunday, we had a full house. So they tell you, my dad is a stickler for time. He don't like to disrespect nobody else's time. And that's how I am. If I tell you I'm going to do something with you or for you, I'm going to do it. And if I can't, I'm grown enough to tell you that I can't do it. I don't sit there and let you think at the last drop of time that I'm still going to come through with it. If I can't, I tell you. And enough time where you can get someone to replace me or whatever you need to do. I don't let you sit there and wonder if I'm coming. I try to be a respecter of people's time. I always have been. And my husband will tell you, I got him now to the point where if we're supposed to be somewhere at 2 o'clock, we're either there at 2 or 5 to 10 minutes before. Because I want to respect people's time. Well, guys, I know I've done a lot of blabbing this morning, mainly because I'm excited to be back out here walking and trying to get back to what God told me to do. He told me to get out here, walk, and record it, and that's what I'm doing. I'm doing my best to follow his instructions. I need the walking for health purposes because your girl wants to get back down to where she was, or at least close to it. I'm the heaviest I've ever been in my life. And good morning. Stressing and stress eating ain't good for you. But I will pick y'all up when I make it back to the house to let you know I made it there safely. See you there. Okay, I'm home. And what I did was, all the way back, I speeded my walk up twice the speed. Your girl is tired. So I'm gonna go in and drink my water and get my day started. Now the first bottle was a half a bottle of water with lemon juice. This is straight cold water. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. If you want to see more, click on the videos listed below and you'll be blessed.